Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first You Are College Bound show of the new year. Also, happy snow. I don't know about y'all, but I got some snow at my house and it was beautiful to watch. And I got to pull out my little Upward Bound hat to keep warm and cozy. But as you can probably tell from my energy, we're so excited to be back and we're so excited to have all of you here watching. As always, show us your love in the comments. Drop your name. Let us know you're here. Get credit for tuning in. And go ahead and, hang out with us. We love spending our Mondays afternoons with you. Before we get started too much into the programming today, I do want to give a huge shout out to one of our Upward Bound alums. Andy Atkins, who was part of our University of Rochester Upward Bound program, graduated from Wilson Commencement High School in 2016. Andy just graduated from Duke University last May and actually was featured in Faces of Trio. So we want to give her a shout out here. Congratulations, Andy, on all your hard work. We're so, so proud of you. And keep shooting for the moon, aiming for the stars, and doing your thing, girl, because it's going great. Today is January 11th, so we're almost already halfway through January. I can't even believe it. But that means we have some very timely updates for y'all. Number one, we mailed out public market food vouchers to our current Upward Bound students in December. It is located in the bottom of a letter, and the voucher looks like the one that's on the screen. I just want to give a reminder that the voucher must be redeemed for tokens at the public market by January 30th. If you also receive this voucher in the summer, you have to go to that same token booth. For those of you who this would be the first time getting the voucher, again, at the public market, there's a token booth. There's a big sign. It's pretty easy to locate. And you're going to go there, give them the voucher that you received in the mail, and you'll get tokens to be used at the public market on fruits, veggies, and some other market goodies. So the public market is open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And this, again, the tokens have to be, like your voucher has to be given for tokens by January 30th. If you don't use all the tokens on the day that you go, that's totally fine. You can save them for next time. But we really want to make sure that you get the tokens and you can use them, again, towards some fresh fruits, veggies, and other market treats. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to your squad advisor. Again, we want to make sure everyone turns in their food voucher so they can get some fun stuff at the market, and then show us what you got at the market. If you took a trip together with like a sibling or something, or maybe you saw an Upward Bound student there, keep us in the loop. We want to know what you're doing. Maybe if you have any really good fruit or veggie recipes, because I'm always looking for something to spruce up my kitchen with. So again, public market food vouchers. Let's get on that. Another reminder is just keep coming through and earning College Bound points. We're going to provide a squad point update shortly, but just from participating in our weekly programming, you earn points. And these points go towards your squad, goes towards individual standings. But we just want to make sure that you keep coming, get credit, because again, you're coming forward and you're working towards your college process, whether you are a ninth grade or a senior. You're making moves. And so we want to reward you for the time that you're making the moves. Come get the points, because you never know what we have up our sleeves. Along with that, let's also talk about your College Bound pie. Again, we're almost halfway through January, and every month you have had the chance, and you still have the chance to earn $40 a month. That first $20, you have to complete your college going task of the month, and then you have to have 2 meaningful connections with your squad advisor. So you know how your squad advisors in Zoom with you or text you or phone calls you, and then it's like, hey, make sure you sign into the jot form. You have to do those at least twice a month. But of course, we love hearing from you more than that in order to get that first $20. And then once you unlock that, you can earn up to another $20 for a total of $40 by completing one of the tasks on the lower half of the sheet. Here's a little hint. Tuning in live to the College Bound show really helps you with that second half. So again, keep working towards this, keep earning this, right? You're putting in your work, and we want to make sure that you are working hard, getting what you deserve by following the College Bound pie. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to your squad advisor and they'll be more than happy to clarify anything or answer any questions you have. Something that you can do, again, to unlock a slice, get some college bound points, is Wednesday's UB afternoon. Every Wednesday, it's going to be a little different. I know some of you hung out with Hareem last week, some multimedia journaling. Loved seeing what you made. This week, it's going to be hosted by yours truly, and we're going to be playing some Family Feud. So make sure you catch up on some college and pop culture trivia, and I will see you there Wednesday at 3 p.m. sharp. The Zoom information was emailed out to you in your weekly UR Upward Bound email. This Wednesday, and this is especially for our seniors, we also have the first of 2 financial aid workshops. Seniors, please connect with your squad advisor to sign up. We have time slots from 5:30 until 7:30. We can help you with your FAFSA, TAP, and CSS profile. Again, we're really encouraging you to sign up ahead of time. That way we can make sure we have a dedicated amount of time for you to work on it. And we can send out the Zoom information and everything to you. We're getting close to those college application deadlines, and so we want to make sure that we're helping you through all stages because it is the college application, and I know we're all really concerned and want to make sure we're doing right by the financial aid piece. Now, those squad point standings I told you about. So I'm going to go ahead and read them off to you. Squad 1 currently has 870 points. Squad 3 currently has 1,885 points. Squad 4 has 1,915 points. Squad 5 has 2,320 points. And Squad 2 has 2,555 points. That is a lot of fives, which is great. But again, there's still so much time to keep earning points for your squad. Go back a few minutes ago where we were showing you the point breakdown. Ask your squad advisor for a point breakdown and keep moving and grooving and getting those points. As a quick heads up, we will not have a UR College Bound show next week. We will be taking the day off in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So make sure, again, to keep checking your emails, talking to your squad advisor about any updates that we have going on. And now, let's hand it off to Brady, who has all the deets on your college going task of the month for January.
Thank you, Felicia, and thank you to all of our viewers for tuning in today, especially to our students. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. It's that time, everybody. Time for those college-going tasks of the month. Hopefully you already saw them on Google Classroom for your appropriate grade level, but here's a little reminder or announcement for those who have not seen them yet. But before I get to that, we have, as part of our Winter Winds activity extravaganza that we're doing in the winter here, we have a chance for you to earn some bonus college-bound points. So here's a question, and the first person to answer correctly in the chat on YouTube will win college-bound points for their squad. Here we go. The question for today, the first question for today, maybe we'll have another one later in the show, we'll see. Stay tuned, that's why you got to watch all the way to the end. When does President Biden or President-elect Biden get sworn into office? Put your answer in the chat. If you don't know, you're allowed to guess, no penalty for a wrong guess, but the first person to answer correctly in the chat will earn some college-bound points for their squad. While you're thinking about the answer to that question, here we go with your monthly tasks. For the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, it's the same thing. Some Khan Academy work. Hopefully you're familiar with Khan Academy. If you have not yet used it for Upward Bound, for Talent Search, for a class at school, an advisor would be happy to help show you how to use it. You can just sign in with your school account, and it's great for all kinds of different classes, but we are especially using it for SAT practice this month. So we want to see you do 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes of SAT math practice, and at least 30 minutes of SAT English practice, meaning reading and or writing. So If you need help getting on Khan Academy and accessing our Khan Academy classes that we already set up for our students, please talk to an advisor. But just make sure you get that done, and that is how you can earn a slice of the college-bound pie for our upward-bound 9th, 10th, and 11th graders for this month of January, Khan Academy. For the seniors, it's a different task. We need you to create your FSA ID, and that's going to be very important. Now, the FSA ID, that's basically your federal student aid account, your username and password, and that's the account that you will need to use to fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, and you need to use that same FSA ID each year when you're filling out the financial aid application. Now, your parent or guardian also needs an FSA ID, so make sure to check with them to see if they already have one. Like if they went to college recently, or you have an older sibling who's been to college in the last few years, your parent probably already has one. If not, they'll need to set one up, or you can set one up for them. But both the student and the parent guardian will need that FSA ID. So make sure to get that set up. And then seniors, come to one of those financial aid nights that Felicia announced earlier, this Wednesday or next Wednesday, and we'll help you get those financial aid applications done. The sooner the better, because for some colleges with limited funds, when that money runs out, there's no more money left. So the sooner the better. So that's what we need the seniors to do. And Khan Academy for the underclassmen. All right, let's take a look at the chat. Let's see if anyone got our first trivia question of the day. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, it looks like Amina was sleeping. Sorry, Amina. If you're sleeping, that means you didn't get the answer right. Oh, I see it. Here we go. Looks like the first person to answer correctly, Melvin Smith, January 20th, 2021, next Wednesday, Inauguration Day. So let's get a big round of applause from our studio audience for Melvin Smith. Giving our first trivia question of the day, winter winning. Melvin is winter winning today. Nice job, Melvin. Kavon was really happy with that answer as well. She's looking forward to that inauguration. Probably a lot of people are. It's always an important day for our country. So that's coming up next Wednesday. I see some other folks got the answer as well. Looks like Ogie got the answer as well. Nice job, Ogie. Nice job to everybody who participated in that. Who is that? Mari got the answer as well. But the first one to get it was Melvin. So nice job, Melvin. But nice job to everybody. All right, last but not least, before I turn it over to Gina for the next segment on our show today, I do want to point out that today is a very important day, besides being Monday, besides being your College Bound Show's first episode of the new year. Today is also Wear Blue Day. So let me just tell you a little bit about that for those unaware. Wear Blue Day is part of January being Human Trafficking Prevention Month. So for those unaware, that's going on this month. Human trafficking is very real. Unfortunately, right here in Rochester, we even see it all too often with people being traded just like not even being treated like people. So this is a month where we really want to raise awareness of that, and hopefully we can bring an end to it soon. If you feel so inclined to participate today, wear something blue, take a photo, post it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you do, hashtag Wear Blue Day, just in recognition of this month and to help advocate for bringing an end to human trafficking. So it is Wear Blue Day today, January 11th, Wear Blue Day. And as you see, I have my blue on. I got a little red on there also. I thought that was appropriate as well. Go Bills. But let me introduce our next segment today. We have a very special guest, an alum of our Upward Bound program, currently in college, who has volunteered to give some of her time today to tell you a little bit about college and her experience, share some of her knowledge with you. And our academic advisor, Gina Ignati, will be interviewing her. So I'm just going to make sure they are both ready, and then we'll bring them on screen for you here. But a very special alumni interview that we're doing today. So let's give it up. A big round of applause for Gina Ignati and our special guest today.
Thank you, Brady. So welcome, Shantavia, to our Monday show, and our first show actually since the holiday break. So thank you for blessing us with your presence. So Shantavia, before we get started, I just want to ask you a few questions about yourself. Where did you go to high school, and what year did you graduate?
I went to Wilson Magnet High School and I graduated in 2019.
Wonderful. And if anybody here has questions for Shantavia throughout the show, I'll be asking her a few questions, but just drop it in the chat. We'll try to get to them. But so Wilson High School in 2019. Awesome. And where do you attend school now?
Russell Sage College is in Albany.
Albany. Okay. How far away is that about?
It's about 3 hours.
3 hours. So how do you get to school? Are you at home right now, or are you on campus? Or
they just sent an email today. In 2 weeks, we have to move in on campus for class.
Okay. And have you moved in at all yet this year?
In the fall I did, but we had to leave.
Gotcha. So, how has that been for you? Like being on campus, then coming home. So, are you taking classes right now, like while you're home, or haven't started yet?
It hasn't started yet till the semester starts. The semester starts in 2 weeks.
Okay, gotcha. So, did you do part of your semester on campus and the other half at home?
No, for COVID during 2020 I did in May, but for this year I just been on campus all year.
Oh, okay, cool. And how is that like? Do you like the online classes, or do you like the in-person classes? When you're on campus, do you have the option to take some of your classes online still, or how is that looking for you, Sage?
Yeah, they give us the option. Most professors, they say you can either do Zoom or come in class. Most of them just say online. Others just say just come in person full time. So mine is like a hybrid right now. I have one class that's all the way online, and I have one that's online or offline sometimes. So it depends. It just depends on the professor because they get to choose. You really don't. So
yeah.
Yeah, I like online. Online is good. It's harder than in person, but if you just study like you normally would for a regular class, it would be okay.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of students are sensing right now. Like not even your college peers, but I think the high school students are also feeling that. But I also am thinking maybe this online experience is going to help our high school students possibly be more resilient and prepared for their college experience. Definitely more challenging because altogether college is a more independent thing to begin with. But you find the online harder. Do you like? If you had to choose, would you choose hybrid, fully online, or fully in person?
Fully in person.
Okay. Yeah. So you're looking forward to things hopefully coming back to normal at some point.
Yeah.
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 I think the online is nice in some senses. You get to wear your pajamas to the class, or maybe you already do that. So you're a sophomore right now at Sage, and what has been your favorite thing about Sage College? Let's start with pre-COVID and then post-COVID. Let's start with pre-COVID. What has been your favorite thing prior to COVID when things were kind of more the way things are normally?
Pre-COVID, it would probably be the clubs and activities we were able to do. They had a lot of activities on campus. We actually have 2 campuses, so you could travel back and forth to each one and go to different events.
Wow.
After COVID, I like that. Like basically everything is shut down, so it's just like regular school. It's not really nothing to like I don't know. So
yeah,
it's just weird right now. So.
Do you think they dealt with the situation good though, I guess?
Yeah, they require us to wear our masks, stay socially distanced. We can still go to class and stuff and still be social distanced. We can still go to lab class. We can still meet with professors if they want to. The library is still open and stuff like that. So everything in that part is good. But like as far as games and like clubs and stuff, like they shut it down. So We'll see if they open it semester though.
So not too much fun to really be had anyways right now.
Yeah, it's just really work this time. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you said that you liked the clubs and activities, and what types of clubs and activities were you involved in?
I used to step at the high school, so actually me and some other girls started a step team at the college.
Oh wow.
So we do that. We actually have a performance coming up for Black History Month, so hopefully everything prevails so that we can actually do our performance. Some other things, they have basketball games, and they actually have not like family, but like college family things. Like we play bingo, we can do Uno games like that. It's like around like 7:00 at night, so that when everybody get out of class, so it's just stuff that you can do on campus together.
Yeah, that sounds really great. So you started your own step club or step team rather? Wow.
It's a step club, yeah.
Okay. So you guys don't compete. You just do performances. Yeah. That's awesome. I hope that your Black History Month performance can happen too as well. So you guys did you guys have any sporting events that you could attend this past fall, or were they all just competitions, no audience or no people in the stands?
I remember they did one basketball game where it was on Zoom. I really
yeah.
I didn't attend that, but I don't know how to. Yeah.
I didn't know because I didn't know if about your step performance, if that would be, not completely like it's something that we're still having games and things like that. But I hope it does happen. If not, maybe you could even have it and they can stream it somehow.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. So you went to stage. So how did you get interested in stage? Like, I mean, I feel like if you ask most students around, in RCSD or just people in this area, like stage is not something, the first thing that comes to mind. So, how did you, not that it's unpopular, I'm just saying like, it's something that's different school that kids don't really talk about. So what brought your interest to stage and how did you learn about it?
They actually emailed me, and when I seen that it was in Albany, I was like, okay, cool, because I have family that lives in Albany. And then I talked to Felicia. She was my advisor at the time, and she told me about HEOP. So after I finished like all the paperwork and they showed me how much money I would get and how everything would work, I was like, I like this school, so I just chose them. The best option at the time.
Yeah. And sorry, I had a question from the audience member here asking, what is your major at Sage?
I major in pre-med and biology, and I'm starting to minor in business.
Wow. So what are your interests? What are connecting to those interests? What do you foresee yourself in the future doing with those? If you don't know right now, that's totally fine too, because
I'm actually planning to go to medical school. So that's why I'm pre-med in biology, so I can get all the classes that I need for my certain medical school out the way. And I just did business because I'm interested in business, so why not just minor in it while I'm pursuing being a doctor? So
awesome. So you say you pre-major. What is that like? Biology. That sounds like a really demanding major, right? So how do you handle all of that? You have a club that you started. Sounds like you're pretty active with things. And then you have this really rigorous major. So can you walk us through a little bit of how you balance everything?
Yeah, it's a very heavy science major. Basically what I do is like either on a Sunday or a Saturday, I look at all my classes on my schedule, and I see like what classes I need assignments for, what tests come up, and I just put it on a calendar on my. You see, it's right there. Actually, I have a calendar on my fridge. So I just write everything down for the whole week. That keeps me on track, and I also put down like not other than that, I put down like when I have club events or when somebody wants me to speak or something like that. I put down another thing too. And one important thing that I do is study. In college I had to learn how to study. I really didn't learn it the freshman year, but I have learned it sophomore year. And I learned that I use Anki for flashcards. That really helps a lot. And I use pro domo technique is when you study for like 45 minutes or 25 and you take a break and then you go back and studying. I do that for when I'm studying like on the weekends because I literally like do it every day and I do it for like long periods of time, so you don't want to burn yourself out. So that's basically.
Those are really great pointers, actually. I would say that I probably didn't learn how to study till college either, and that method that you just mentioned, I didn't even know had a like special name for it. But I tend to do that as well, like with just like my work, and it does help because it gives you like a time limit, and you're kind of working against the clock. So I know we have to wrap up soon, but I kind of want to ask you about. I know you said you mentioned you are an HEOP student. And I kind of, that's something that we really advocate for our students here to be a part of. I know you learn about, you met Sage, I believe, at the HEOP fair, right? So could you tell us like about your HEOP experience and how it's helped you at Sage and beyond?
I love HEOP. It's just like upper bound in high school. It's like a college upper bound, basically. It's like family. They help you with they do programs monthly. They help you with your financial aid. They help you with your classes. They give you tutors and tips and stuff. They definitely help me financially, and they actually help me socially too. They help me get to clubs and talking to more professors and different people and connecting in my science field, so that I'm not like you're not really alone in college, but HOP makes you feel like a family, so you're not that alone. Like you have family around you, even though you're technically by yourself. So
like there's someone there to go to if you have a question or if you're confused. Like you don't feel like you're lost in the big ocean. So this has been a great conversation. I've really enjoyed having you here. But just before we wrap up, what are maybe like a couple pieces of advice that you would share to our students viewing right now that are in grades 9 through 12 and especially our seniors about, what they should be doing now and how applying to college and preparing and like looking back, what's some advice you would
give? You definitely want to get your FAFSA done immediately and also TAP, because in college you also got to do that too. They be on it on college to make sure that you are still able to do your next semester if you don't do your FAFSA and stuff. Another one would be try and do good on your SAT, or if you do the other one, I forgot what it's called. But if you ACT, it's been a long time. But make sure you do good on those. And if you get a low grade, it's okay. If you get high, that's great too. So just don't beat yourself up about your grade. It's okay. Just remember on your personal statement to reflect that even if you had a hard high school life or if you had a hard SAT score, just reflect that you're trying and you want to do better. And your personal statement, it has to reflect that you want to change and that you're a good fit for the school and they're a good fit for you so that you can get in. So.
Thank you so much, Shantavia. We're so proud of you. And I've known you since I think 9th grade and just wow. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for some of the questions that you had. And I'm going to hand it over to our season 2 of Zoom High. So let's all just get prepared for that and enjoy.
Josh, I wasn't sure you were going to show up.
Oh, sorry. I tried to get here early. Aren't I 5 minutes early?
No, Josh, we were supposed to meet at 3:30. You're about 25 minutes late.
Oh, sorry. I had it all wrong in my head.
It's always better to write that kind of thing down, Josh, so you don't misremember.
I'll try to keep that in mind. So my college application, I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've made on mine. It's not done yet, but I'm getting there.
You aren't done with your applications yet?
Applications?
Don't you want to apply to more than one school?
Well, I'm filling out the Common App. Doesn't that apply me for like 900 schools?
But don't you want to go to an Ivy League?
Do they have baking classes?
Baking?
Yeah, I've seen every season of the Great British Bake Off. Paul Hollywood is my hero. I want to be just like him. Well, maybe not just like him, but I mean, just. I know it's a Zoom call, but don't you just want to like reach in and grab this and eat this piece of cake?
I'll stick with sniffing my slices of bread, thank you very much. Josh, you can do better than baking. You could be a doctor or a lawyer.
I don't want to be a doctor.
Harvard Law. And then you'll be a defense lawyer for 20 years. You'll be runner-up in a state Senate election, but win a local judge position. Then you'll serve on the bench for another 20 years till you're called to move up to the big leagues of the Supreme Court, where you work till you die.
Do they have chocolate eclairs on the Supreme Court?
Get your Harvard application in, Josh.
Hey everyone, it's been a while since we last talked. I've missed you the past couple weeks. I hope all of you had a happy holiday and that your new year is off to a good start. Lots of things change in the new year. People set goals for themselves and it's a time to try to better yourself. I'm a little worried about Josh right now. He's falling behind on his work and he really needs to start to get it together. I know that it can be stressful applying for college. Trust me, I've been there. You have to fill out applications, financial aid, scholarships. It seems like the work is never going to end. But it does end, and you'll be better off for it. Even though that it's really overwhelming, there are a lot of people who want to help you. Teachers, advisors, counselors, parents, they are all there to help you achieve your goals. Sometimes you'll run into someone that maybe pushes you to do something you don't want to do. We're seeing that with Josh and Mrs. Applegate right now. But that doesn't mean all the advice is bad. Mrs. Applegate saying to write stuff down. That's good advice. Josh just needs to advocate for himself a little bit more and let Mrs. Applegate know his goals more definitively. It does get easier with this kind of stuff. You will be fine as long as you put the work in. And remember, like I said, there are people who want to help you. We'll be back again soon. Until then, have a good week.
Hi everyone, I am happy to bring you your healthy tip this week. But first, let's talk about some New Year's resolutions. This is our second trivia question of the show, so the first one to drop the answer in the chat gets it right and gets the points for it. What is the most common New Year's resolution? Multiple choice. A, get organized. B, learn a new skill or hobby. C, exercise more. Or D, live life to the fullest. Honestly, I think all of us could use a little bit of all of these, but what do you think is the most common New Year's resolution? We're going to give you some time to go ahead and drop an answer in the chat. We'll figure out who gets the points for putting the correct answer first. But I want to talk to you about this healthy tip of the week, which is skincare. If you have spent any time with me, especially in the summer, you know that I am a big, big advocate of everyone wearing sunscreen. Your skin is the largest organ on your body. Everyone, no matter your age, skin color, gender identity, should be wearing sunscreen because it helps protect your skin, obviously, from the sun, hence sunscreen. So again, wear it every day, not just on days when you go to the beach. Some of my worst sunburns I've gotten have been when I'm outside and it's like an overcast day. The sun's rays are still harmful, even if you can't see it directly. Sunscreen actually helps get rid of acne scars. And then also preventing wrinkles, again, the skincare. Sunscreen just does so much for your body, and preventative care is really the best care, and sunscreen is the preventative care for your skin. So please make effort to wear your sunscreen. From looking at the chat and looking at everybody's answers, congratulations to Melvin again. You got the trivia question. The most common New Year's resolution is to exercise more. Exercising is obviously very good for you, but let's think back to those SMART goals and how we make them specific, measurable, instead of just exercise more, if that's what you choose to do. Again, we won't have a UR College Bound show next week. We will miss you. Remember to check your emails to find all the updates that we have going on. And we can't wait to see you. Until next time, have a fabulous rest of your Monday.